Hello everybody, and welcome to Tactical Imperative. We are going to continue our campaign for the Babylonian Empire, and first our aim is to achieve ability Tinkerer in our machinery. After that we will obtain a lot of improvement points, because we need to build a lot of improvements in our cities, and I'm going to show you later how to achieve much more science than we have now. Our Tinker's super ability is ready. Let's pick it. Done. Now we need to take a look. First of all, in Laura, I think we have here ingots. Yeah. Alright. Let's plot the Tinker here. I think it's metalworks. Yeah. Tinker. Alright. 2 machines. Plus 10 and... of course, we need to produce something else here, for example, aqueduct. We have enough food, and in our Larsa, we will produce it also. Tinker, we need a tinkerer. So let's destroy toolsmith and build tinker. Plus 10, and now we have plus 39. Sounds good. I think now we need to obtain Tinker in Isin, and after that we can improve all the tiles in our empire. Let's take a look on our Tinkerers. Now we have a Tinkerer in Lara, Isin, what else? Larsa, Ur, and we have 59 improvement points per turn, 59. Now we are able to build as many improvements as we really need. Let's continue building our improvements and enhancing our magnificent and gorgeous empire. It looks like our sincere Italian friend led us to the age of Renaissance. Italy? The age of Renaissance. Sounds good? We have nothing against it, so let's continue, and I think soon we will be in the same age, but now we need to dramatically improve our knowledge income. Let's take a look on one of the most important products we can produce in our cities. Let's take a look on our magnificent capital Lara. And here we can produce 3 manuscripts. What does it mean? Every manuscript gives us plus 1 knowledge. Our total knowledge is 32, and 10% we obtain only from these 3 manuscripts. To produce that, we need to build a logging camp. This is the first product. We can produce logs. Then we need to build... where is it? One moment, we have a problem. We need to build a paper maker. We will produce from logs paper, and after that we can build scribe. Scribe will give us 1 manuscript from 1 paper. It's really important because it gives you in this age much more science than it was before, and additional to that, next age we will obtain opportunity producing a lot more books and knowledge. That's why I think it's a crucial and important advantage, and you should produce this product in your cities. For example, we are producing it in Isin also, and soon, I hope, we are going to produce it in Larsa. Let me show you a funny trade opportunity. Let's take a look. We have 1 trade import slot, and we can buy from our dear South Korean friend shell dice, but they cost 6 gold per turn and will give us 12 gold per turn. So for free we will obtain 6 gold per turn. Of course, let's do it. Confirm. Oops. Now we have plus 10 gold. And we pay only 6. That's a nice trade, that's a nice trade. I like it. It looks like the Babylonian naughty boy has entered the age of Renaissance. Let's take a look. Where is it? Yeah, the age of Renaissance has been started. Now we have social fabric policy, and we can obtain 1 more government, additional government, level 3, and also now we can train expeditions. Let's see what we can do in this age. First of all, we need to pick up our new government. Let's do it through the peaceful revolution. Done. Okay, we have 3 opportunities: Empire, Federal Monarchy, and Republic. Let's take a look on the Empire. When acquiring, we will obtain more culture. That's an interesting bonus. Vassal, it's not interesting. Governor, it's not interesting at all. Naval units, not interesting at all. Governor office, this doesn't look great. Plus, -1 culture upkeep cost per region. It's not interesting also. So I wouldn't say I'm interested in that government. Of course, let's take a look on the Republic. Much better, much better. Domestic export, more luxury. Palazzo will produce us more culture and arts, food, housing, sanitation. Atelier studio, with additional knowledge. Sounds good, sounds good. And we can unlock Palazzo, which will give us more government experience and production. Sounds good. Let's take a look on the last one. Feudal Monarchy. Government experience, vassals, 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 vassals. So it's just pointless, it seems to me. So I think we are going to pick up the Republic. Let's do it. Select. Now we have ability to build Palazzo and Atelier Studio. Let's pick it. What else? Region level. Let's do a bonus for Palazzo first. Alright. Let me show you the most important technology of the Age of Renaissance. This is printing press. It will give us opportunity to build paper mill. This improvement will give us 2 paper per 2 logs, so it's 2 times more effective than the previous improvement, and additional to that, we'll update printing press, which will give us books from paper, and books give 2 knowledge instead of 1 for scribes. So that's why I consider printing press is the most important technology. That's why we are going to obtain it first. Also, let's take a look on our science. Now we have only 31. The previous turn we had 37. It means that from our capital Lora we took +6 science due to our previous government, which was connected with the population of our capital. +6. It means 25%. It's not a joke, so that's why I consider this approach. When we take mound builders, we will grow up our capital, and we will take in the second government, the Dynasty Monarchy. It will give us a lot of production and science. That's a crucial and important advantage. Let's take a look on the new social fabric mechanic. It gives us certain advantages in some sphere, and they are connected with the previous idea we took. So for example, last time we took mound builders, so that's why we took engineering for free. It means that all our improvements will cost 5% less due to the fact that engineering experience is growing up. But I think one of the most important in this social fabric opportunity is Dynasty, because every point gives us -8% of unit upkeep. Let's take a look. Now we spend unit upkeep 159 gold per turn. 159, it's so much. That's why I recommend you to put efforts to obtain Dynasty over there. But I think the first one, number 1, is the expansion cost due to the government points. That's why every time, every game, I put all my efforts on organization. Let's do it. We have 4 points. Let's put 4 of them here. Accept. It means that territory of our cities will grow faster. And I think it's much more important when obtain some gold. We can obtain gold from goods from trade. And expanding our borders, we can't obtain. Let me show you one dirty trick with armies. For example, you have built an army, and you need a good leader. That's why you need to use your explorer. After an explorer has accomplished the expedition, it has maximum level. That's why you can easily just to promote it to a leader 5, and you have a leader with tactic 9, just 9. And this army will be much stronger than an army with a poor leader with tactic only 4. So our old leader has tactic 4, our new leader has tactic 9. And this is a crucial improvement for a war. And it looks like we are going to prepare for one war. It looks like we have had the technology printing press. Let's see, it is done. Now let's take a look how we can improve our science in our capital. So now we can produce free manuscript, and it gives us +3 science. Actually, it's not science, knowledge. So now we need to improve our buildings. Pride and press, and where is the last one? Where is the last one? No. Not paper mill. Pride and press. Alright, let's see what we have here. Now we have 3 books and it gives us +6 science. Just +6, and we have 1 more paper. Actually, I think... oh, we can buy paper. It's pity. Alright, we have 1 more paper, so what's why? We are going to destroy... where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We're going to destroy 1 paper maker. Destroy. And we will build professional print and press. Let's take a look. Of course, of course, of course. Now we don't have paper. Alright. It looks like we need to improve 1 more paper maker. Let's see. Paper mill. Done. And and now we produce 8 knowledge per turn. It was 3, now we produce 8. Just due to the fact that we obtained that technology. And our science right now is almost 42. That's an important advantage, and I'm strongly recommending you to use it in your campaigns. Prepare from amount of science you can obtain from only 1 city. After some turns we improved our knowledge to almost 60. We have something like 37, so it's almost twice. Just only due to the fact that we obtained technology pride and press. That's why I'm strongly recommending you to use that technology in your campaigns to achieve a huge amount of knowledge per turn. Also, let's take a look at our Seafarer boy from South Korea. We didn't kill him. We let him to build cities and improve them, and as a result now we have good relations with this empire, and due to our diplomacy we obtain 8.2 culture per turn. Our total culture is only 50. So that's why it's a crucial advantage not to kill completely a civilization. Just let it live, let it improve, and after a while we will obtain a lot of profit from that civilization. Let's take a look on 1 more trade trick. For example, in Larson we have an improvement which gives us 2 foreign import slots, and that's why, of course, we are going to buy paper. We bought 2 paper. Now we have 2 extra paper. And then, of course, we are going to build writing presses. Of course. And now we will take 5 books, 10 knowledge. So our summary in knowledge is 66. So we were able on 12 turns. In fact, we just doubled our knowledge. So use it in your campaigns to pair from that amount of knowledge. I want to show you 1 dirty trick. As it was shown before, it is really important to take trade with our nation. So for example, now we have 8.2 culture from our dear South Korean friend. But, additional to that, we can obtain a revolutionary nation. Let's do it. For example, we have a city. In the border of our empire, we are not going to improve it. This city is Sejong. Let's do this following trick. Integrate the city. Alright. Now it's going to be in rest. And after the city will be an uprising. Let's see what will happen next. After a while we have got the event we have been waiting for. So now independence for Sejong, of course. We want to be this nation independent. Alright. Now this is a revolutionary nation. And we can make a trade, look at it. We can just obtain 50 or almost 60 culture per turn. And it was a vassal territory, which was giving us just nothing. Just a nice trick, I understand why several turns we didn't obtain any culture, but it works. Now we are going to improve relations, propose open borders, and so on. This is going to be our vassal, which will give us a strong opportunity and a lot of culture, or maybe gold or knowledge. We'll figure out it later. Now, propose open borders. Let's see what we can do with this opportunity. It looks like another Babylonian boy led the war to the age of Enlightenment. Sounds good. Let's take a look. Now we can obtain 1 more national spirit. But of course now we need to have resource, specialist and education. Let's see what we can do in that age. Enter the age, of course. It seems to me we have to make a hard choice in our national spirit and the 6th era. Let's take a look which opportunities we have. Alright. First of all, I would like to describe your scholars. Scholars will obtain more education from books, and we produce a lot of books. Addition to that, they can build a great library, which will give us, in fact, it will give us plus 5 manuscripts, and we can convert with manuscripts due to translator improvement to books again. What else? We can obtain more science from Ericas, and of course, Scholar Society will produce us education in one book in any city, when we can build that improvement. So it looks nice, of course, I like it. It gives us more education, gives us more science. So that's a good choice, that's a good choice. Let's take a look on the other opportunities we have. The second one opportunity is for war. Great commanders. All leaders will obtain +1 tactic, so 10% bonus. Sounds good. And additional to that, improving and updating our units cost 50% less. That's a good improvement, that's a good advantage. There are 2 additional units, all get grenadier and cavalry. Post march is cheaper, targeting of our leader is much less, combat experience for units is increased, and now we have level 5 of experience. Sounds good for war. What's next? My next opportunity is mercenaries. I don't like them, it looks like it's a pointless opportunity. War priests the same. Inventors. Inventors, I like it. The most important bonus here is what our cutting age due to the culture will give us 20 innovation instead of 10. What's a crucial advantage? Additional to that, we can produce power, we'll have improvement inventor barter, which can convert books to inventions, which give +1 knowledge. So it will give us 3 knowledge for every invention. What else? It will give us bit specialist, engineering experience. Warfare we can build only one, so I don't think it's a crucial advantage. Sounds good, sounds good. If you want to obtain innovation, but it has a problem. There is no source of culture, and we need culture to produce innovation. So that's why this is a good idea, if you can produce a lot of culture, but we cannot do it. Alright. The second opportunity is, I don't like sultans at all, I don't like colonialism. Maybe it could be an interesting opportunity to build outpost colonies, which will give more culture. So in general it gives 2 culture, with this idea it will give 4 culture. But it's a colony, it's not a city, it doesn't improve us in this way. What's next? And the last opportunity, which I really like, is Great Masters. Let's take a look at it. First of all, it will spawn Master Artist. So additional to Common Artist, we can use Master Artist in every city. Let me show you. So for example, in our capital we have an artist. And this artist produces us 1 artwork. So with this opportunity we will be able to obtain a Master Artist, which will give us an additional masterpiece in our cities. What's a good advantage? What's a good advantage? Why not? Additional to that, we'll obtain wealth from it, we'll obtain luxury, and immigration will be replaced by guild training. It will give us 2 population instead of 1. It is here, I'll show you. I think it's in diplomacy points. So now this opportunity will be changed to a new one, and I think it... Where is it? It will be changed for arts domain power, so we will spend our art points, like these vases. What else? We will obtain a conservatory building, which gives 5 culture. 5 culture per city. So for example, our total income now is 40. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 cities, so it's 35 culture. Almost twice, it's almost twice. What else? Boost regional frequency, I don't think it's a crucial advantage, but in general, I like this opportunity. We will be able to obtain more culture, so in general, I would like to pick up this one. And let me describe one more thing. For example, scholars. Yes, they give education from books, but we can build an improvement. In this case, let's take a look. So, for example, in our civic, we can build a public school. It will give us education also. So it's not a big problem. What else? We can obtain books, but we can buy paper and produce books. What about great commanders? The main issue of that ability is that this ability is focused on war. Let's take a look on our history. I think it's turn 180, and I think previous 100 turns we didn't have a war. It means that we will not have anything for this opportunity in peace. Just anything. Just nothing. What about discount for improving units? We are going to invent now mercantilism, which will give us opportunity to build arsenal and produce warfare experience. So we can solve it. We can solve this issue. And all our abilities, they don't work during the peace. So that's why this is only for war, and I don't like to focus on one. The most part of our game we are in peace and we need to improve our cities and develop our empire. That's why in this campaign I'm not going to pick up commanders. What is next? The next is inventors. It's a really good opportunity. 10 cutting edge innovation. But let's take a look. The main issue is what we need our culture not only for innovations. We need our culture, for example, absorb our outposts in every city. We need our culture to maintain our cities. So that's why an improved amount of culture is better than only innovation, in my opinion. That's why in this campaign I'm not sure we should take inventors. Of course it will give us innovation, but it seems to me it's much better to obtain double culture and just pay twice for innovation, for cutting edge. I think it's much better, and in this case we will have an opportunity to, for example, to have social fabric and so on. I think it's better. What else? What else? I like and get past one additional opportunity. Guild training. We'll be able to improve population of our regions. So that's why in this campaign we are going to pick up great masters. Due to the fact that we will obtain more gold, we will obtain more culture. And culture gives us a crucial advantage. Let's pick up. And let's see our master artist. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the gentleman? Where is our master artist? Here it is. Let's deploy to the city. Done. Let's take a look. Now we have masterpiece. And we're going to improve our cities. Of course, I would like to take immigration. It will give us opportunity to dramatically increase the population of a city in our empire. So, what was my perception of national spirit in this age? Let's continue our campaign with the magnificent Babylonian Empire. Also, let me describe you one more thing. We need education in our cities, and the best way to obtain it is to build a building. It is called public school, and to put there a worker. Because a building itself gives only free education, and working tile gives us 8 education in summary. Let's take a look. Only one school is enough for a city with 37 population. 37. Of course you need to put there a worker. So, use it in your campaigns. I think it could be really useful. Alright, it seems to me we have done enough. So, that's why I think we will continue our campaign with the Magnificent Empire in the next series. So, see you soon in Tactical Imperative.